Hi children, now let's see one more example where we use square root in our day-to-day life. Here is a gardener who has 1000 plants. He wants to plant these in such a way that number of rows and the number of columns remain the same. Number of rows and the number of columns remain the same. What will be the shape if I have equal number of rows and columns? Come on, what will be the shape if I have equal number of rows and columns? Exactly right, it is a square shape. Is it possible to make a square shape with 1000 plants? If I ask you to make a square with 100 plants, you will easily say, ma'am, 10 rows and 10 columns, thereby we will plant 100 plants. Now think about this 1000 plants. Can it be a perfect square number? No. Just by looking at it, you would have found that it is not a perfect square number because it has odd number of zeros. Only 3 zeros, odd number of zeros. So I cannot make a perfect square, or I cannot make equal number of rows and columns with this 1000 plants. So what is the objective? What should I find? Find the minimum number of plants he needs more for this. How many more plants he need in excess to make that complete square. Okay. So if I have something less than this plants also, I can make a square. But our objective is to find the number of plant he needed more. He needs more to complete that square. So in a simple way, I can ask you what should be added to 1000 to make it as a perfect square. Can I have it? So now let's find the square root. Okay, before that let's see what are the steps to be written. Let the number of rows be x. I have considered it to be x and the number of columns to be x. So total number of plants is x into x. As I said, 10 into 10, 2 into 2. Only then I will be able to find total number of plants. So it is x squared. To find number of rows, that is x, I have to find the square root of 1000. Now shall we find the square root of 1000? Here it is, my dear children. To begin with, I have to place bars from the back to 2 digits together. Here 0 and 0 under one bar, 1 and 0 under another bar. Then here to start with 10 in the first bar. 2 2s are 4 is much smaller. So I wrote 3 3s are 9. This 9 should be written below the 0. Okay, not in tens place. So it will be 9 here. Then if I subtract 10 and 9, I will get 1. Bring down these two zeros together and I will have 100. What should be placed here? Multiply this 3 with 2. Till then I will not have this 1. I will have only 3 here. 3 is the solution for this bar 10. So 3 2s are 6. Along with the 6, if I place 2, it will be a number. If I multiply again with 2, no, 62 into 2, it will be bigger than 100, greater than 100. So I chose 1 to be here. So 1 1s are 1, 1 6 are 6. So I got 61 and the remainder is 39. So if I subtract 39 from this 1000, what will I get? 961. I will get 961. Isn't it? If I subtract 39 from this 1000, I will get 961. And it is a perfect square. That is 31 squared will be equal to 961. If the gardener has 961 plants, by having 31 rows and 31 columns, he will plant all these plants. But he has 1000 plants, something extra he is having. So he has to buy some more plants. Is it clear, my dear children? He has 39 plants extra. That has to be combined with few more plants to make it another square. So what will be the square that is bigger than the square with 31 rows? So the new square will have 32 rows and 32 columns. Because 31 squared is less than 1000. 31 squared is less than 1000. So I can conclude 31 squared is less than 1000. Next number is 32. 32 squared is 1024. This you have to multiply in rough column 32 into 32. So I get, hence the number to be added is 1024 minus 1000. So the minimum number of plants required by him is 24. Is it clear, my dear children? Okay. Now here is one more example. There are 500 children in a school. We thought of school, we used to remember bags. But nowadays we have forgotten bags. We are remembering only laptops and mobiles. Okay. And one more important thing is PT period. Here this PT drill, they have planned to place the students in such a manner that number of rows is equal to number of columns. For a PT drill, they have to stand in such a manner that number of rows is equal to number of columns. Is it possible with 500 children? Again, if it is going to be 100 children, you will easily say 10 rows and 10 columns. What about 400? 20 rows and 20 columns. What about this 500? Is it possible? Is it a perfect square number? So, no, it's not a perfect square. I cannot make a square with all these children. Okay. But can I go to some other school and hire children that come on, we need some more children to make a square? Is it fair? No. I have to leave some students or leave some children in this drill. So the objective for us in this situation is how many children would be left out in this arrangement. How many children will not be there in this drill. Okay, just because we cannot make a square using with the help with these 500 children. With this 500 children, we will not be able to make a perfect square. So we have to leave some children with they will not be in the drill. Okay, children. So to put it in a very small, crisp way, I can say what number should be subtracted from 500 to make it as a perfect square. This is the simplest way to ask a question. That application is here. Here for this question, I am not going to give you the solution. You are going to do it in your classwork note. Okay, children? Okay. Now, here is a cloth in a square shape. And a tailor wants to make small kerchiefs, many kerchiefs using that square cloths. Okay. And do you think tailor will be taking his pen, pencil to find the square root, square? Do you think? No. So they will go for a rough values. Just not exact solution, but something rough calculations, rough values. So I can say mathematically it is about estimating the square root. Is it possible to estimate the square root? Yes, of course, we can estimate the square root. Come on, children. Here is how to estimate the square root of 250. See, if I have 9, what is the square root of 9? 3. What is the square root of 16? 4. What is the square root of 25? 5. Very good. If I ask you, what is the square root of 24? You can estimate and give me the answer. As this 24 is closer to 25, I can say square root of 24 is approximately 5. So, to find the square root of any number, to estimate the square root of any number, I should find the nearest square number. For 24, 25 is the nearest square number. Similarly, to think about this 250, what is the nearest square number? If I start with 100, 100 is the nearest square. 100 is a square number. Is 200 a square number? No. 300 is a square number? No. Whereas 400, is it a square number? Yes, it is a square number. So I can say this 250 lies between 100 and 400. In other way, as mathematical way, I can say 250 is greater than 100 and less than 400. That's what I have stated here. 250 is greater than 100, less than 400. Literally, I can use the phrase lies between. If I have these symbols, no, less than together in a statement, I can use the phrase it is lies between. This 250 lies between 100 and 400. Is it clear, my dear children? Now I am going to find the square root for all the three numbers because that is my objective, isn't it? To estimate the square root of 250. So the square root of 100 is 10. Square root of 250 is my objective and square root of 400 is 20. So the square root of 250 lies between 10 and 20. In between 10 and 20, I know 15 squared is 225 and 16 squared is 256. Which number, 225 or 256, is much closer to 250? Which is much closer? Yes, 256 is much closer to 250. Is it clear, my dear children? We know the square root of 256 is 16. So, approximately the square root of 250 is also 16. It's an approximation. It's not an exact square root of 250. Is it clear, my dear children? Okay. Now, let us see what has to be practiced today. In this last exercise of this chapter, you will practice 3, 6, 7 and 9 in your classwork note. Hope today's session was very clear to you and let me wind off this session. Thank you, children. Take care, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.